Welcome back to another episode of What I'm On. It's Marcus.Anthony right here. This episode I'm going to be talking about something not close to my heart, but just from personal experience, and just wanting to share with the younger people, not my peers or my generation, but I want to talk about college, like just giving y'all some real keys to going to school for the first time. Whether it's you at a 4-year school or a 2-year school, you're going to transfer, which is kind of the smarter option, at least money wise. But just to give y'all some real keys from somebody who's just trying to look out for y'all. Not special note, y'all, I don't know anything about going to school during the pandemic. I guess as always, take your usual precautions. I know it's not ideal, but I guess you guys are going to do it. All right, if you're in school, be sure to comment below what school you're going to, what year you're in. If you're 2024, I guess you guys are now. And also just comment below if you want a part 2. If you have specific questions, I'd love to answer them. I'll do another video. Just get real specific about different situations, and I'll tell you guys my stories. So a little backstory. I did school 4 years. Yeah, just at 4 years. I studied when I was in DC. I studied in Tanzania, which was awesome. I'm gonna post up a picture right here so y'all can see I'm not lying. I studied in Athens, of course, because that's where I went to school. I joined 2 Greek organizations while I was at school. I did a number of things. Also had a good time. Yeah, you can come from anywhere and do great at school, but I feel especially from young black men and young black women and all kind of people of color, we have we had to have a different mindset when we go into school, because not everybody's coming from the same experience and background as you. If people are raising you and they helping you get through school, you need to take advantage of it. So with that said, let's get to it. Number 1, college is not a guarantee that you're gonna have a good job or the job you want once you get done. Let that get out your head. So with that in your mind, you already know that you need to do something different. You need to make sure you're getting the most out of it. You feel me? Number 2, socialize. Find your niche and your friends in different organizations on campus. If you go to a school like Georgia, there's a million different organizations to join, to interact with different people, whether it's the Bible study groups that they have. I forget what they call, but there's a own little student-run church when I was in school. I never went. I should have, but I would just go to my online church or something. There's a ton of different things you can get involved in, and do that. Get involved in stuff. Don't just sit around just there to have fun. If that stuff's there, people are using it, so you should use it too. Sit down with somebody at the dining hall you don't know. Just shoot a shot at being a friend, or just make acquaintances. Be open to friendship. It's the perfect time. Freshman year is the perfect and really the only time people are open to meeting new people and open to making new friends, because after that it's kind of just dwindles down. People move off campus. You're not gonna see everybody the same anymore. And go where the free food at, man. Schools have programs especially for freshmen. You go there and talk it up with people. Don't be a butthole or be thirsty for attention. But just be yourself, and you'll run into somebody that you can start hanging out with, and they might have friends or have people that they know that they introduce you to. That's how I met my best friend. So, just put yourself out there. And then when you have your friends, make sure you're protecting yourself. Y'all looking out for each other. You looking out for yourself. Don't overdo it. Make sure if you're gonna have fun, that you have fun in a mindful way. Don't lose yourself, your ability to think about what situation you're in and being aware of what's going on around you. I know it's a temptation, I guess, at least in my school. There are certain groups and cultures that they might party and they talk about, bro, I blacked out and da 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 da. It's they don't, blacking out ain't cool, bro. It's just not cool. I want to know what's going on. You can't just tell me that I'm gonna go out and then by 12 o'clock I'm done and I don't know what's going on. Somebody gonna have to carry me home. You can't trust people you just met to take care of you. They your folks from back home. Sometimes you can't trust folks from back home. So you definitely got to be mindful about who you going out with and how you going out, what you're doing with your time. And then also realize that people come from different backgrounds and they have different mentalities. So just because they act friendly towards you right now, if something hit the fan, don't think that they gonna look out for you when it hit the fan. You see what I'm saying? Just be mindful, man. Like, not everybody's on your side, and they won't always be on your side either. All right, number Trey. Build genuine connections with your peers, of course, like I said, with faculty, your teachers, professors, researchers, whoever they are to you. Build relationships with the actual like staff. Like, talk to the janitor, the custodian, the lady that clean. Like, when you live in community bathrooms, you talk to the person who you see there cleaning them up. Like, I'm sorry, these people are so nasty. Like, we gonna try to do better at this. Or just say, hey, how you doing? Like, these are people too, so you gotta interact with all kind of people in the world. So why not talk to everybody and just hear their story? They might tell you something like about where they live at or their community, or you can learn something that how you can help them through the organization you're in, and like how you can help their kids get school supplies or something like that. And then, of course, form like genuine relationships with administration. Like, there are so many people in UGA's administration that I start to meet, and they like, oh, you kind of cool. Like, I know Bill McDonald is one of them. He's my Facebook friend. Mr. Groom's one. He's cool. It's a whole bunch of people that they're gonna help you get to where you want to go eventually, maybe, but also they're just there to help you. Like, their job is to be on the student side and help them and have them help them have a good experience. So if you're actually talking to these people and you get to know them, and like they can point you in the right direction, or if the internship comes up and they ask, like the company asks for some names or something, you can be one of them names if you know what I'm saying, if you have a genuine connection with this person. Number four, work before you have to. No more than like 10 hours a week. I know my first year I was working, and my mom made me quit because I ain't have no car. I was riding my bike to get to the bag. You feel me? Do what you got to do. But yeah, work before you have to. Like, everybody's situation is different, but let's say you feel like you straight, you can be comfortable, you can ask your parents for money. Like, just work a little bit just to have your own money real quick for food, for of course like books and stuff, but just for the extracurriculars, you feel me? Because organizations got dues. You can't put that on your taxes. Like, oh, I paid dues for NAACP at school. Like, that's not a tax write-off. When I was in my senior year, I was working 3 different kind of catering food service job. I was working UGA game days. I think that's proof of pudding. I was working at the UGA conference center, and banquet hall, whatever it's called, the hotel, UGA hotel, and I was working for Epting events. So, and they do like mostly weddings and different kind of private occasions. But I was working 3 different jobs. I guess they were all part-time, but I mean, I never did all of them at the same weekend or like all throughout the week, but I just made sure I had options to, like, okay, if there's not a game this weekend or a home game, I can work this and I can work that. So I had options of what I had to do, and I didn't have to be there all the time. You know what I'm saying? I had flexibility in what I was doing, so it was better than working a full-time job and going to school, or a part-time job where my schedule is set and I have to be there. It's like, no, if I don't want to work this weekend, I ain't got to work. But if I plan this month out, I know homecoming this weekend or this game is that weekend, I don't have to work that day. If I at least when I wasn't working game days. Save your money so it can save you. Learn how to budget, bro, before you become a real adult, and like you really got to get it out here. Like, you really got to start paying bills, paying for gas, and really driving community to work and everything else. Like, learn how to save your money, whether you do it through like a personal finance course at the school, or you just learn online. Like, the most simple key I can give you is 50-30-20. Like, use 50% of your income for needs, 30 for wants, 20 for saving and investing. So pay yourself first, and like make sure you have that money there for when you actually need it, because stuff does come up. That's life, period. My second to last point, get it while the getting is good, bro. Like, never stop looking for scholarships, internships, different like groups to get inside, to take advantage of. They all have different scholarships for themselves. Like, the NAACP got a scholarship. My fraternity had a scholarship specifically for that chapter. So if you in that chapter, you one of 20 to 100 people that's able to get that scholarship. So the key with getting scholarships, man, is to first define your story. I wasn't good at writing scholarship essays. Kayla put me on to it. Shout outs to Kayla at Young Lady Business. But yeah, define your story. Like, look, you have to be able to step outside yourself and look at your story and say, man, this was kind of difficult. Like, this was a challenge to me, or it could be viewed as a challenge. And then tell it through whatever the lens they're asking for. So they're saying, describe a time in your life where you struggled to overcome something, which is usually like all generally that's what most scholarships ask, but in different ways. You use the same story or the same time period, and you just tell it in a different way. And you're always trying to answer the question why. Like, why do you want the scholarship? Why are you going through school? You know, what's the real why? So you have to dig a little deeper. You can't be face value trying to like tell them what they want to hear. You got to tell them what you feel in a sense. When it comes to internships, when you first get to school, grades, leadership, in like different organizations, and then like connections will help you get internships. But you don't have like no experience to go off of besides like what you did from high school. If you don't have anything you did from high school, you're just a blank slate when you get to college. But definitely you just got to use your connections off rip, and then don't be afraid to work for free now. Like, do that internship that just maybe have a stipend, or it's just like a unpaid internship. Do it now, because when you get older and you get in your senior year and you graduate, you do not want to have to do another unpaid internship to get more experience. Like, you want to get that out of the way while you're in school. And when it comes to the different organizations, if you care about something, just take leadership in it and see where it goes. If you're not going to be the president, be on the exec board, and then just see where it goes. And not necessarily just to pad your resume, but it's really a benefit of just being around different people who are ambitious, who care about something, that are, you know, taking leadership over something. It's probably going to push you to do more in whatever avenue you're trying to do things. I know they had e-board for us and whatever. It's all kinds of stuff you can get into and just show leadership, because that's what people look for on resumes, and then it's going to build you up. Like, take advantage of the resources your school has. UJ has a health center. I know you can get counseling through that health center. I think everybody goes through a point in school where they're like either just sad or semi-depressed or something. Like, everybody goes through some kind of mental strife or stress or anxiety in school. So like, use what your school has for you. They have a career center. Use that. Let them teach you how to write a resume, how to do informational interviews, how to write the response email, how to follow up, all kind of different stuff. Like, use it, because I mean, you're paying for it, or you're gonna pay for it once you graduate. So it's there, so use it. Other two things I just want to say is, my sister-in-law, she told me college is the best 4 years of your life, so have fun. It definitely is a great time. You're gonna have fun just off a rip. Like, inherently you're gonna enjoy yourself, but there are gonna be things that make it less enjoyable. But it's also like, you got to remember that you're paying for this. If you're not paying for it now, you're going to pay for it later. So you got to exploit it. You got to use the system. You got to use the scholarships, whatever it is, to get what you can out of it, because there's no guarantee that you're going to be where you want to be as soon as you get out of school. So definitely take what they're giving you and run with it, and then just use the time to like gain experiences. That's all. I've heard that so many times. Well, we just look at your experience on your resume and like these da. Gain experiences, different things, learn about different people, and learn about yourself. But always like seek opportunities and like talk to different people. Like, I was so impressed, not so impressed, but I was so surprised and just enlightened just by talking to different people from like the Indian background at our school. And then ASU, African Student Union, is big at UGA. Like, they put on a yearly show that's great, African Night. So it's like, just indulge in different cultures and like expand your mind, expand your friend group, and you'll learn a lot about yourself and others. But that's it. If you like this video, go ahead and like it below. Please feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Okay, all you freshmen, what class is this? 2024?
I don't know, but even if they aren't freshmen.
Oh, okay. Thank you.